Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to GDevCon Brighton. Data flow begins now. This is GDevCon number 6. Please welcome to the stage this morning's host, Tom McQuillan.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Good morning, GDevCon. It occurred to me annoyingly late into the planning stage that this was GDevCon VI, which was amazing. Okay. It's fantastic to be here in Brighton, in my hometown. It's slightly surreal to see my LinkedIn feed and my Discord feed filled with pictures of the coast of various pubs where I've made some of my best friends, some of my best mistakes. But I've really enjoyed my time here in Brighton, and I trust you're going to love it here as well. Because this is such an amazing community. The G community is something that stands testament to something we can be proud of. We have G developers across all 4 corners of the world. We have GDevCon in the center. We have the spin-offs, GDevCon NA, GDevCon New Zealand and Australia, Latin America coming very soon. And we have our friends, the GLA Summit, who can connect those of us who can't attend events like this in person. I've also, on the screen, pointed out all of the Lavi user groups that I could scrape off the NI website. We are truly a connected world when it comes to data flow. This connected community really lends itself to amplifying knowledge. Individual developers can be experts in data acquisition. But as a community, we can be experts in so much more. In frameworks, the latest test and measurement protocols. And we can feed all of that knowledge back into the system and share it at events like this. One of the super powerful things about this community is the cross-pollination between industries. We have 107 companies represented here today across 18 countries. That's an amazing diversity of thought that we have in this room. The work I do as a software developer, I see on a day-to-day basis how we are cross-pollinating between the automotive sector and aerospace sector. We can see communication protocols being shared between those, especially in recent years. This community lends itself to great mentoring. I have I've been fortunate enough to have some really great mentors in my career, starting off at, I'll give a shout out to Control Software Solutions, one of our bronze sponsors today, because they mentored me to become the developer I am today. But with our connected world, we no longer need one-on-one mentoring in person. Every forum reply you post, every chat on Discord, every conversation you have in the foyer or behind the stage here is mentoring the next generation. You're teaching someone something they didn't know before. And lastly, I want to point out emotional and mental well-being. I know firsthand that being fairly new to the software world, it can be daunting. Imposter syndrome is rampant throughout the software development community. Events like this show that, everyone struggles with debugging systems. Everyone struggles with creating fantastic architectures. We are not alone. And the more events like this, the more we can share out our experiences. Well, it's not just about sharing technical knowledge, gaining knowledge as a community, and emotional well-being. Events like this and the broader community mean that tasks can be solved once. We have such a technical wealth in this community. There are about 4,000 open source packages available online. That comes from you, the community, sharing the latest protocols so anyone can use the latest technology. We have toolkits that extend the LabVIEW IDE to make development easier, quicker, more streamlined, improves workflows. And with all of those packages to improve or help LabVIEW and all of our toolkits, that comes with an increased build infrastructure. Just in the last couple of months, we've seen a steady rise in the technology we can use for the build infrastructure, using like embedded Docker containers. Like even the famously proprietary LabVIEW has got in on the act. We can see here I've put Active Framework and the icon editor. They are now open source. And this fundamental shift goes to show that NI trusts us with core components of LabVIEW. It means the relationship between NI and the community is even stronger than ever. And NI has been working very much on build infrastructure to share that out with the community. Now, I've just spoken about these two open source initiatives. So you may be forgiven in thinking it's just these two open source repos that we have access to. The true number is closer to 273 open source repositories. There we go. And that's what this number of repos looks like. There's everything from like a GPRC, that's been a hot topic recently. There's loads of Python libraries. There's loads of like open source operating systems in there. It's really impressive. So if you're looking for an invitation to get involved in the community, well, here's your invitation to create that quick drop shortcut, that right-click menu, that project provide, well, maybe not a project provider, they're horrible. But just do it. Have fun with scripting. Have fun, package it, make it available to the community. And all of that info is from ni.dev, so check it out for yourselves. Okay, speaking of NI, it's probably a good time to thank some of our sponsors here today. So we have our gold sponsors, NI Emerson, our silver sponsors, HipAce, G-Power, and VI Technologies. Our lunchtime sponsors, Thoric and Cressida. We have 9 bronze sponsors, and then at the bottom, we have our Tech Cave, led by our premium Tech Cave sponsor, Pickering. Without these sponsors, GDevCon simply wouldn't happen. And it's important to make a note that these aren't just people who sign checks. These are people who are actively engaged in our community. They are creating build tools, they're creating the training, the hardware, the physical components that we use in our lives. So yes, let's give a big round of applause to our sponsors. Okay. And next, around the room, you will see people wearing blue shirts. That's the GDevCon team. A tremendous amount of work has gone into creating this event. And a special thank you goes out to someone who has worked so tirelessly behind the scenes. So behind the scenes, in fact, that she's not even in this room. So after 3, I want you all to say, thank you, Jenny, as loud as you can so she can hear it through those doors, okay? So 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Jenny! She says, great, thanks. Okay. Okay, so what's on today? We have, I think, 8 presentations today spread over this morning with a break in the middle. And Jorg is going to be our fantastic MC introducing each presentation. And in parallel to these presentations, we have our founders session. So this is brand new for 2025. If you are a gold ticket holder, so if you have a gold sticker on your pass, that means you're part of the LabVIEW Launchpad, where you're going to be learning about integrating hardware with LabVIEW, getting used to sensors. So if you're part of Launchpad, that will happen after this presentation in the founders room. If you're leveling up your certifications, the exams will happen this afternoon. After lunch, please meet in the foyer by 1:15. Is that everything? Great. We also have huddles. We got so much positive feedback of huddles last year. So they're going to be here across various locations in Brighton Dome. There will be, just after lunch or just before lunch, there will be some information from the team about the huddles available. And there's going to be so much learning, so much networking today. So to relax this evening, we're going to Shelter Hall. That's on the seafront. Now, famously, it always rains on a GDevCon social. So if you can, dress for rain. Dress for rain, hope for sunshine. Shelter Hall is great. Please be there about 6:30. Hands up, who's on the Discord? Okay, those of you who aren't on the Discord and you feel like you might get lost or want to just engage with your colleagues, scan the QR code, join the Discord server. I see a couple of phones going up and down. Perfect. Okay, and social media, please share your experience. I'm sure you're going to have a wonderful time here at GDevCon in Brighton. Using the hashtag GDevCon and tag us using GDevConference. Okay, that's enough boilerplate social media stuff. Let's get back to G, because I want to introduce our very first presentation of the day. This presentation is going to be utilizing one of the open source packages that we saw previously today. And this presenter was actually a founding member of the GDevCon team. They were, in fact, our very first director. So we have this person to thank that we are all here today. So please welcome to the stage, James McNally.